everyone. Well, here we are again. We are back, and I am Lerato, as I'm sure you know by now. And
Hi
this is my
guys,
partner
I'm
in
also here, Portia's here.
crime.
I'm so happy to be back
Yes.
here and to do this together with you guys.
Yeah. The topic for today is self-love.
So today we just want to talk about what we think self-love is not and what we think self-love is.
We spoke about this just before the shoot started.
We always do.
Of course, of course. The point that you mentioned is so important. The point about a thin line between self-love and being selfish. Yes.
No, hardly people hurting other people here and then claiming it on self-love. We can't, guys. No. Toxicity now. No, that's not the route we are taking.
True.
So we just want to make sure that as we bringing it to you, we have sort of researched on it, and then we actually even came across different cases, different stories of people that were actually probably trying to get onto this self-love route, but then ended up, a little bit on the other side, just without seeing where the line is. And so we just want to correct that. We just want to make sure as we talk about it, we actually, get it there together with you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
And get the concept right.
Yeah.
And understood, right?
Because right now, with everything trending and everything, we just, jump into things and then we're starting to put labels on them. We're calling them self-love. We're calling them things. Whereas on the other side, we actually could be destroying other people. So we just want to make sure that we are talking about this and then we are helping each other to do it right, because it is very necessary.
Yes.
We have to love ourselves. We have to learn to love ourselves.
Even the word of God says so.
Yeah.
Hey? Even the word says so. Love your neighbor just as you love yourself. Now from that you can understand that it starts with you.
It begins with you.
It begins with you loving yourself first, so that you can give out that love. There's always, people are always talking about pouring from an empty cup.
Vessel.
Yeah. So make sure that your cup is full, and you fill your cup by doing what? By loving yourself.
By loving yourself first.
And filling yourself up with everything that is aligned.
I get you 100%.
Yeah.
And then it makes sense, because how do you then give something that you don't
have? Basically.
If you're not giving yourself love, how are you going to give it to someone else?
Yeah.
We do get ourselves loving wrong. Seriously. Because once you start loving other people and then loving yourself less, I don't even know if there's anything like loving yourself less, really.
No, but there is prayer.
No, what I'm saying is it's either you loving yourself or you just not loving yourself. Because if you're not treating yourself right, if you're not, you get the point that I'm trying to make. You simply just not, if you're not doing it enough, it's not love. We can call it something else, but then it's just not qualifying as love to yourself. Yeah. So what the point that I was trying to make is, Lerato just quoted like a very good portion from the Word of God, where it speaks about us loving ourselves before, before we can actually love other people. And that's exactly how it should be. When we actually are trying to love other people, before we learn to love ourselves, we don't even know what love is.
Yes.
We don't even know what that is, because we don't even know how it feels.
But then how does that end up? Doesn't it end up toxic?
In tears. It ends up in tears.
It ends up in tears and in being toxic.
Exactly.
To yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And another thing is, remember, we've got the responsibility to teach other people how to treat us. So if you don't love yourself, if you don't value yourself, it means whenever you are around people, chances are you are just simply doing everything wrong. I remember
you're teaching other people not to love you.
To walk all over you.
Exactly.
In a way. And then sometimes you are saying, I love you so much, I could be your punching bag. Please do something. Walk all over me. Punch me. Do whatever you want to do to me, because I just love you so much. No. That's being sick.
And something just came to my mind, because there's ladies out there that feel that when their partners do not physically abuse them, then it means they don't love them.
Yeah. Yeah, I almost said something, but then I'm just gonna hold myself back.
Yeah,
because I know that it like actually at some point I remember it was turned into a joke. I don't know if I can actually share this joke when they said, Zulu ladies, I love Zulu ladies. I've got beautiful Zulu ladies.
Her name is Ithate.
I'm a Ithate guy.
So you don't need to
my
defend.
kids are like, so I'm telling you, like, I remember it was turned into a joke, like, the Zulu ladies would be sitting there and then just discussing this problem that they have, that, he doesn't love me, I'm shy, he doesn't love me,
Yeah.
because, I mean, you know what I'm saying, it's just a joke, I know, but then...
But it's unfortunately, it's a reality.
Yeah.
For some people.
And also, I think it's, sometimes, I don't know. I think it's also showing our children something that we are labeling as love, and it's not love. And then they're looking for it in their future, and then they remember it to be something that looked something like this.
Yeah.
Whereas it was called what is supposed to be beautiful, and it's not beautiful. So they're not feeling what's supposed to feel very beautiful, because it's just not looking like what mommy and daddy had back then.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's like this is like a wide topic.
It is so wide.
Yeah,
it is so wide.
Yeah, and I'm trying just to keep it, here because of the time that we have.
True.
Just so that we able to mention all the things that we wanted to mention on this episode.
But yeah, I hear you. Just to touch on what self-love is not, there's a lot of people that have this perception that if you love yourself, then it means you are selfish, or you are vain, or you think you are better than other people. And self-love is not that. Self-love is not that. As you mentioned, I'm going to keep referring to the fine line, because self-love is all about loving yourself in a way that is going to have a positive effect on others,
on other people, impact.
I think that's the way of differentiating when self-love, when you're self-loving yourself, or when you're being selfish. Because as much as self-love is loving yourself, but the effect of it, the effects thereof are going to touch on other people's lives in a positive manner. Yeah.
And it is actually going to feel like that love,
yes.
Not something else, because one of this self-love that we are seeing out there, where people are abused, and then when you're right there on top doing everything for yourself, not caring about other people, and then neglecting kids, those of us that have kids, and then you're out there on social media.
Everything is just about you.
Everything's about you,
forget.
And you have left a gap open.
Yes.
And then you're calling it self-love. No, guys. If it's not self-love, then we need to say it is not self-love. And then the wrong things that are happening needs to be attended to. They need to be fixed. We need to make sure that we are in good relationships, and we are building good relationships
that serve us as well,
and other people, and those around us.
Yes. But if it's serving us, then remember, we're pouring from what's within us,
from what is overflowing.
Yes. So if it's serving us, then it will serve other people, if done the right way. Yeah. Do you want us to give examples of how to self-love?
I don't know. What are you going to mention?
Well, the first one I can think of is making sure that you forgive yourself. I think it's important.
That's a huge one.
I think
that's
it's
a huge one. Love yourself enough to know you deserve forgiveness.
Yes.
Because who is perfect?
Who is perfect? Number one.
I love that one.
And you are kind to yourself. That is loving yourself. You are kind to yourself, but I'm going to keep referring, because I think it's so important, because we're trying to educate on what the difference between self-love and being selfish, right?
Yeah.
Yes. But then if you are, for an example, going through a journey of healing yourself, who's going to benefit from that? Is it just you or the people around you? The people that deserve to be loved the way that they should be, you know?
Yeah, because I mean, if one person is sick,
yeah,
like that tends to make everyone sick.
Exactly.
In a way, because I mean, you know how it happens, and you know, I just love what you touched on forgiveness. You know, sometimes we fall out of love with ourselves because of sometimes falling into things that we never planned for, or maybe finding ourselves maybe in places where we never thought we would find ourselves. And simply because we are just trying different things in life. And it's a journey, we're growing into things, we're growing out of
we
things.
Make decisions.
And we make mistakes. Guys, we grow from mistakes. It is okay.
The mistakes that we've made in the past do not define you as a person.
They don't, but then they teach you things that you never would have learned. So sometimes we need to just thank God
for the experiences,
you know, for
the
those
good
things
and the
that
bad,
because you know, sometimes it is when you find yourself in these territories you never planned for, where you're beginning to learn things you never planned to learn. You understand what I'm saying? Because once you learn the things that you're planning to learn, where's growth there?
Exactly.
Because everything is within your control. So I feel like forgiving yourself, that's like one of the main things that we should keep doing. Love yourself to see somebody that deserves that forgiveness again and again and again, because learning comes with that. Yes, and growing comes with that as well. We will make mistakes and then we will learn from them and we will get stronger from them. But then that love should be kept there. You should always see value in yourself, no matter what is it that you put yourself through, someone else put you through. You shouldn't let anything decrease the person that you are, decrease that value that you have. Because let me tell you something, nothing actually is able to do that unless you want to do it yourself.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
That was some preaching and a half. Hey?
Did you just hear Pastor?
I love it.
You took me there. You took me there.
Hey, I'm glad I did.
Yeah, no, I'm loving
it. I did.
No, it hit deep right there because that's how people fall out of love with their valuable selves. And it's
and
not
I mean,
right.
if the Bible also teaches us to forgive one another, right? 77 times if need be.
Yeah, 77 times 7.
You know,
that's
times 7. Now, if you're able to forgive someone else 77 times 7, why not for yourself?
And you know, it's funny how we're always prepared to forgive other people 77 times 7.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to us and our own mistakes, we're not willing to forgive. We're not willing to teach anyone to forgive us. And we deserve that. Who is going to grow without mistakes and without, you know, those little blunders and big ones that we can still arise from though?
But then I think it's just natural. It's something that people need to unlearn because we are our own worst critics. Hey?
We just spoke about
we are so harsh on ourselves, you know, like we are not human. You know, like we are expected to just be perfect all the time. And I mean, I look at life this way. Tomorrow, I'm not the same as yesterday because I have learned something that makes me that makes me go through some form of growth. So I'm not the same as yesterday. So I'm thinking that tomorrow I'm making a better decision than I would have yesterday.
Exactly. Exactly. So it is a journey, guys. And you know what? We are going to fall into things. We're going to fall out of things. The point that we are making is understand that you deserve that love. And if you're not going to be the first person to give yourself that love, I don't see how it's going to work. We deserve that forgiveness. And if you don't forgive yourself, how then are you going to expect someone else to forgive you?
You know,
or teach them.
That is you being kind to yourself.
To yourself.
You know?
And we all deserve that kindness. Yeah. And so, I think I don't know if we have exhausted the line that we wanted to. to talk
or that
about.
thin line.
Yeah, the thin line that we were talking about.
We can go
because
back to it.
No, it's fine. I just wanted to make sure that we saying all the necessary things.
Yes.
Because remember, especially when we're dealing with a topic like this one, where it is in everyone's control, respectively, we need to mind other people around us. We need to be sure that we are doing everything sort of right, and we need to know what that right is. You understand what I'm saying? Because we get lost between finding those rights and then running away from those wrongs. And then sometimes it's when we are given a platform to talk like this where we can then unpack and just go zoom deeper into certain things and learn something. And then because another thing, one of the things that I feel like selfish people do, I feel like they happy to preach to other people about not being selfish. You know what I'm saying? Because it is good, actually. Remember, when you are thinking for yourself, when you are choosing yourself, when you are doing everything for yourself, not considering other people, you are then comfortable to see everyone else underneath you. You don't there's not a time where you want to see other people actually also making their way up, thinking for themselves, loving themselves, choosing themselves, because you want them to always choose you. And that is that's what we call being selfish.
That is being selfish.
Yeah, so that we must understand, self-love is when you know that you also deserve that love, and when you actually make that effort to give yourself that love. And if anyone is going to have a problem with the fact that you are showing yourself love, then I think we should actually choose who's going to have a problem, because clearly someone has to be left with the problem.
And sometimes you're touching on a very important point, because sometimes self-love means removing yourself from toxicity.
Exactly.
From people that are toxic to you, people that are selfish, people that don't want other people getting ahead, people that don't
use
want
other
people being happy, people that use other people sometimes self-love, it's about acknowledging that no, I'm not in a right circle of people, or I'm not in a right environment,
something that is feeding good energy into me,
something that because you're going to feel it. It's going to drain you.
Feel it.
It is going to drain you drastically. So that works against self-love, the environment that you're in and the people that you're around.
And another thing is, when you're mentioning that you are going to feel it. When you don't love yourself enough, you can't trust yourself. So even those little hints that you're going to get from yourself to say, this is pain, this is not what I like, you are not going to listen to them, because how then do you trust yourself when you don't even love yourself?
It's like being in an abusive relationship, because you end up shifting your focus from yourself, and focus comes onto someone else. So you're not in a right state of mind for you to be speaking life to yourself.
Exactly.
Because now you also you become vulnerable and start thinking that the abuser is right. About what they think about you, Meanwhile, their intention is to actually harm you and make you think you're nothing, and you start believing that.
And it's very sad how that happens without us realizing. Sometimes you think when you are being abused, you are going to know that you are being abused, or you're just going to, be that person that is saying, I'm being abused, I'm just saying here. Sometimes you get lost into it. You lose your voice into it. You end up not knowing what is wrong and what is right, what is choosing yourself and what is denying yourself. You understand what I'm saying? It's not anything that happens like with our control. We think we are in control.
Yeah.
Next thing, we have lost it.
Yeah.
Other people are just looking into this picture and seeing all this abuse that is happening to you, and you're sitting there like nothing is happening to you.
But then you get to a point where you finally wake up and you don't recognize who you are. You've lost you altogether.
Or were you actually even thinking that you deserve all these things? You deserve all these harsh words that you're hearing against yourself all the time, the treatment, the throwing of things in there. You understand what I'm saying? And you're sitting there thinking, making excuses for other people. Yeah, I'm the one who made him angry. I'm the one who made her like this. You understand what I'm saying? But then just not choosing yourself, not choosing your happiness, not choosing your well-being.
And you actually end up losing yourself while you're trying to keep someone else.
Sure. That's a deep one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a deep one. That's a deep one. So we can never ever finish.
This topic is like we can talk until tomorrow. Hey,
like seriously, guys. Like only if I could see your thumbs up, I promise you we would continue because we need to normalize talking about things like this. We really have to normalize these kind of topics because they're very necessary.
And some there's people that think that self-love is about dressing well and going for massages, and that's true. That is spoiling yourself,
pampering
but
yourself.
it goes quite deeper as well. It goes, we always talk about image starting from the inner, from the inside. It goes that way. It goes that way with self-love as well.
And just like also just building yourself to be like entirely happy with the person that you are. Like enough to actually even correct the things that you don't seem to want to keep. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I mean, when it's healthy, when it's fresh, then you're able to go up and down. You're able to review and check, do I still love this? Am I still this person? Because you're giving yourself that love, you're giving yourself that room. So like it is okay.
You are deserving. And you deserve to be loved by yourself.
Exactly. First. And then other people follow. Yeah. So in closing, guys, me and Lorato just, came across this wonderful, beautiful quote that is so relevant for this topic. And then I just want to read it to you quickly. And then, by the way, Lorato loves
this is my dude. This is my dude. Let's just put it out there.
Steve Maraboli, he was deep with himself. And then the quote goes something like this: love yourself enough to take the actions required for your happiness. Enough to cut yourself loose from drama-filled past. Love yourself enough to set a high standard for relationships. Love yourself enough to feed your mind and body in a healthy manner. Love yourself enough to forgive yourself. Enough to move on.
Goosebumps.
It's because of how I'm saying it.
Steve, guys, are you not in love with Steve?
I think it's my voice.
He just touches the soul.
I think it's my voice.
Yes, that too. But I love Steve.
But then like he's very relatable.
Yes.
He's speaking the words that are healing us because he was only human. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, he said all these things that somehow resonated so deep that it's touching it, and it'll still be touching the future. We really, really enjoyed this. And then we thought, why not share with you guys? Because it is about learning to love ourselves and unlearning to criticize ourselves through everything.
No, I think that's it for today. We've touched on the important points that we wanted to. I'm sure everybody now realizes the thin line that we were talking about between self-love and being selfish.
Which is very important. But then you know what? We can never ever end this show without asking you to connect with us.
Of course.
Please put it in our comments.
Yes.
Talk to us. What is
us.
it that you thinking self-love is? What is it that you thinking being selfish is? And we can share our stories. This is like a very good environment.
It is.
For us to share different stories, to ask different questions, just so that we can get to that safe space where we can all breathe and build that good image around ourselves.
True.
So
it starts there.
It starts there. It really, really does start there. So please
because self-love, sorry
no, that's okay.
Self-love, it's all about you loving yourself the way that you are. You know, you embracing every single part of you. You know, even the scars that you've been through, because you've learned from them.
Yourself.
You know, you've learned from them. You've grown from them,
and
you're you survived them, and you're the person that you are currently because you went through all of that. You know, we don't go through things for nothing. You know, there's a reason why we go through.
So we should stop living in regret.
Let's appreciate it.
We should stop living in regret, live in guilt. You know, just you know, like doing that to ourselves, because you know what? Nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect. And we all can arise from our mistakes. We can arise from whatever we go through because we are that strong.
And there's mistakes that make you cringe when you look back at them. Forgive yourself.
Forgive yourself. You deserve that forgiveness, and you are alive. What are you gonna do?
What
are you gonna do? You know, I mean, life goes on. Everything goes on. The best thing you can do for yourself is to give yourself another slate to begin again.
A clean slate. Yes.
We could go on and on and on, guys. Until next time.
Please don't forget to follow us on our YouTube channel. Subscribe and tell your friends, even your parents and your grandparents, as long as they've got smartphones.
And I know
you know, the gogos these days they send WhatsApp and all that, so they have to
so go help her.
Help her.
No.
Go subscribe on her phone. Educate Gogo on how to subscribe.
Yes, and have Gogo listening to this show because it teaches everyone.
There's no age limit.
And we're all learning. We love being here, guys, and we love connecting with you guys. Until next time.
Until next time.
We really, really love and appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Much love.